30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Paulo the Eraser Costa.
Paulo Costa is one of the most muscular fighters in UFC history. In addition to this, he is a dangerous middleweight fighter, and soon in Abu Dhabi he will have his fight against Khamzat Chimaev. And if he can defeat him, then the Brazilian will get a title fight against champion Sean Strickland. Hello everyone, Fighters Are With You MMA Predictions channel. In this video, I will tell you why Paulo Costa will destroy Khamzat Chimaev. But before starting this video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like it so that as many people as possible can see this video. As you know, Khamzat's last fight was discussed loudly on the eve of UFC 279. There were so many conflicts, and every time Dana White tried to protect the fighters from this, but he did not succeed. First, at the UFC training center, Chimaev met with Costa, who not so long ago in an interview spoke badly, and Khamzat decided to talk to Paulo. Instantly, seconds and sparring partners did not allow the fighters to fight. They shouted a little and then went their separate ways. After that, before the press conference, the next fight took place. This time, Kevin Holland attacked Khamzat and began to offer him to shave his beard for free. Chimaev accordingly was shocked by this behavior and hit the front kick on the body, and then Nate Diaz's team attacked Khamzat, but it was stopped in time and the conflict did not turn into a tough fight since there were more than 100 people behind the scenes. After all this, another disaster happened. Chimaev stands on the scales and it turns out that he failed to weigh in. It seemed that Diaz would still accept the fight evenly, but no, he refuses to fight him and Tony Ferguson comes out as his replacement, and Khamzat Chimaev will meet against the all-time chattering Kevin Holland. White had to try to keep the card in the last few days. Everything did not go according to plan, and not every promoter is able to react so quickly. As a result, Chimaev fought in the co-main and Diaz in the main event. Both won. Now they are looking for a new opponent for Khamzat, and one of them can be Paulo Costa. He is a top middleweight fighter. He does not have a fight. They have already had a skirmish. The fighters, I am sure, will be able to promote this fight. Right now you will find out how Paulo Costa will be able to finish Khamzat Chimaev. Striking power. Well, Costa's first advantage in this fight. I think this point is obvious to everyone. His striking power, how many people he knocked out with his punches, so many highlights I have never seen anywhere else. His right hand is the most dangerous weapon you could think of, and given that Chimaev has missed a lot lately, Costa has a good chance to defeat the Chechen, and to do it in a bright style. Look at how he hit in the duel against Uriah Hall, an accurate right cross. It was clear that Costa was directly aiming this gun, and when he realized that it could be launched, he did it and did not make a mistake. The American fell unconscious on the octagon covering. And let's remember the fights that he had recently so that you don't think that in the past he was like this, and now there are not even such examples, of course. For example, the fight against Yoel Romero, in which he almost knocked out the Cuban, and again not just a punch, just a hit. He specially prepared him with blows to the body. He began to defend him intensely, and in the end, as soon as Paulo raised his hand sharply, he punched the hardest hook on Romero's jaw, and he was knocked down. You can also remember the legendary Luke Rockhold, whom few people managed to defeat before the fight with Costa. Rockhold was a dangerous veteran and very tough, but Costa did not care about all this. He beat Luke throughout the fight. He had a completely bloody face. These are the knockouts that Costa was able to get, and now imagine some fighter who did not really prepare against such a dangerous fighter. A Debauch Lifestyle. Next, I would like to talk about the Debauch Lifestyle of Khamzat Chimaev. Attentive viewers will remember that I touched on this topic at the beginning, but now I decided to duplicate it again. It seems to me that this is one of the most important reasons why Khamzat will lose to Costa. Let's forget about this striking power, wrestling, and so on. It's okay, Chimaev has become too popular lately. He gives interviews every time, and a fighter must first of all train well. Leading such a lifestyle even during a break from fights is harmful, not like before a fight. As we can see, Khamzat does not try to learn from his own mistakes how many times he drank on the eve of the fight against different fighters, said that he would smear them, destroy, knock them out, and Burns showed that not everything is so simple, and perhaps Costa will show this. Spirit. And the last thing I would like to mention as a plus for Paulo Costa is his mental calmness. It was due to her that he was able to defeat and knock out a lot of fighters. You will ask me why. Now I will explain everything. When Costa often lost, he could have put up with it and not played further. He could have been defeated by the same rockhold if at that moment Paulo had not shown his spirit. Also in the duel against Romero, it was noticeable how bad Costa felt, but he did not even think of giving up. And who could have imagined such a thing? A fighter who just recently broke down after almost every miss is now going forward and does not allow his opponent to do anything. Due to his spirit, Costa was recognized as a fighter. I think Chimaev will be able to knock down the Brazilian with one of the punches. Of course, I do not claim that this will happen, but the fact remains that if Oliveira sees difficulties, he calls them closer, and not bad, I want to tell you, meets them. That is why I think that Paulo Costa will destroy Khamzat Chimaev. Together with his skills plus such a mental attitude will do the trick.